So I think I just wanted to revisit this guitar quickly. Is this even... I just wanted to revisit this guitar. This is the Sire T7 that they sent me to check out. I've been asking to check one out for a little while since these were announced quite a while ago, and obviously you may or may not have seen on the channel, I've been a fan of Sire guitars since I tried one. I tried the Larry Carlton. This came out, it's called the Sire T7. If you were looking for like a vintage spec kind of Telecaster, then I think you'd probably be best suited to look slightly elsewhere. Things like this neck joint, which I think is a beautiful thing, more like the Sire kind of neck joint. Things like locking tuners and things like compensated brass saddles, they're all kind of things that you might want on your guitar, but in terms of being vintage correct and that sort of stuff, I'm not sure that's what you're looking for. Also, we've got our Trustworth Adjustment at the top of the Telecaster. So these are all things that I actually prefer on a Telecaster, but it's a thing that you should know. And those are just a few of the appointments with the guitar that I don't think necessarily match that vintage title. I think the way they're kind of designating that vintage versus the modern is that the other one has a 2-point trem and like 2 humbuckers. I guess that's the way they're kind of differentiating. But it looks like a Telecaster, and I think that's one of the more iconic body shapes. It plays, I think, like a Telecaster. It doesn't have the arm contour, so you know, very much feels like that Telecaster thing to hold. This one weighs 8.3 pounds, which is definitely not on the light side for a Tele. I think a light Tele might be about 7 pounds, and you know, a medium Tele might be 7.5 to 8 pounds. This is like 8.3. I feel like maybe that's on the heavier side. I could be wrong about that. Let me know if you've got like an ideal weight for Telecasters. But in terms of tones and sounds, I feel like it is doing that kind of Tele thing. You know, you've got brightness when you need it. I'm really digging the tones from it. Finding it really nice to play. So I think definitely one worth a look if you're looking at a Telecaster in general, and I think more closely spec to something like the more modern Telecaster side of things. So you're looking at maybe like the Fender Elite type stuff, you know, where it's kind of looking at a more modern take on a Tele, with your locking tuners, with your neck join, which is way more accessible than a typical Tele, and compensated brass saddles. But in terms of tones, I think it's still getting you very much in that Tele ballpark. So yeah, definitely worth a look, I think. Maybe give it a try if you're looking for a cool Tele. I can't think of anything in this price range which I'd recommend over it, but you might want to also take a look at some Fender player stuff, maybe even some classic vibe stuff. If you can find a good one of those, I think this probably, in my opinion, is ahead of that, both spec wise and fit and finish wise. I think probably I might even put it ahead of like a Fender Vintera, but you'd be looking around those kinds of things, and you know, a Telecaster is probably one of the easiest guitars to change electronics and bits and pieces around if you were looking for your favourite kind of pickups in there, if you've got certain things that you like. But all in all, I'd say a very solid guitar. And yeah, someone pointed out in the live stream, you know, should we really be saying that it's a good guitar for the money? Aren't we looking for just good guitars all round? And I think Sire, for me, fall into that category. Like at any price range, I think this would be a really decent guitar. I'm sure there's going to be others that come out of the Sire factory that aren't as cool as this one. There's probably going to be a bunch that are way lighter and possibly even play better, but for me they've been pretty consistent, all of the Sires that I've played, and so I'm kind of pretty happy to recommend them as great instruments at whatever level. I'm going to try and gig this one tonight. I'll report back to you how I get on with it. Worth a look, I think. I don't want to be one of those people that goes around saying it's the best thing ever, but definitely a very good guitar at any price range, and the fact that it falls under £500 I think is an added bonus. So if you're looking for a guitar for 2022,